Hello everybody and welcome back to another great episode of Lifeline. I really wished I could say another great episode. We are in a very dark and a very bad place, Taylor and us. Last episode we had something graze Taylor's leg and go tearing down the hallway, and I went ahead and chose to have Taylor follow those things. So basically that's where we are at now. I think I've made one decision since then, so let's jump right into this. Taylor says, so basically here we go. So at the end of the tunnel he says, why would it get brighter the deeper inside the mountain you go? There's just no way it makes sense. Unless there were, I don't know, electrical lights in here. And then he says, what the hell? I'm not sure I can even describe this to you. I don't know what I was expecting to find when I reached the peak, but I promise it wasn't this. And I went, tell me. Alright, I'm standing in a room in the interior of a mountain. Let's not forget this. It's, I guess you would have to call it a control room. I don't know what exactly it's controlling, but there's really no answer to that question that'll ease my mind. The room itself isn't very large enough to stand up in and move around a little. That's about it. But in banks on the walls, there are computer systems. Functioning computer systems. There are brand names I recognize, a sort of mix and match patchwork of monitors and CPUs. There are even a couple of chairs in front of the computers, clearly taken from old Starship flight deck and repurposed here to rebuild a freaking workstation on the moon. This all must be salvaged parts from ships. The computers, the chain generators, the wiring. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. The wiring. There's tons of it, bunched and bundled, and it all leads out of the computer banks and up into a hole in the room's ceiling. And from there, who knows where. So I went ahead and told him to explore the wiring. He writes, there's not much to explore really. The bundled wires are as thick as a tree trunk, maybe 18 inches in diameter. They lead up through a hole in the ceiling that's just big enough to let them through. The only way I could find out more is to chip away the rock around the ceiling, and since I don't have a pickaxe, nor any way to get up that height, that's not really an option. So instead of building something to stand on, I told him just to go ahead and check the computers while we're on the ground. He goes, this is wild. This screen is displaying a topographical map of the area. There's some pixelation, but that's clearly what it is. It's centered on this peak, inside the giant crater that I just walked halfway across. But I can toggle out and scroll. If I go, yep, there's the wreck of the caravel. It shows up as a bright, broken brick against the dark of the moonscape. And if I keep panning to the south, past the crater, past the canyon, there's the Varia. Two bright pieces glowing back at me from the screen. This is surreal. Where are these images even coming from? Is there sort of a satellite up here? A network of them? I wonder how much of the moon this imaging covers. Like, if I keep scrolling, will... Oh my god. What is it? There's another bright green block southwest of the Varia site. And, oh no, there's another one. Pull back as far as it'll go. Sweet mother of, there are dozens of shipwrecks on this moon. How? This is impossible. Dude, just get out of there, like now. No, I have to figure this out, don't I? There's something huge happening here. Shouldn't I be trying to figure out what it is? Oh gosh. I hate decisions like this. Oh gosh, keep exploring or have him get out of there. This is the stuff that I get stuck on right here, where I literally stare at this game for like an hour and I don't know how to make this decision. There's something huge happening here. Shouldn't I be trying to figure out what it is? Gosh. I don't know. I've got a feeling he needs to get out of there. Yes, keep exploring. Why not? I just keep scrolling on this map and I just keep finding more ships. I've counted 29, 30, and I still haven't seen the whole surface of the moon yet. My God. How many ships have been downed here? And how have we not heard anything about it in the news? This place is damn Bermuda Triangle of outer space. There are monitors too. This one's idle. Wake it up. Okay, I nudged it awake, and a language option menu. Not what I was expecting to see. Let's go with English since it's right there at the top, and it's what I speak. Okay, here's what the screen says. All systems operational. Broadcasting. Time to pulse. And then there's a sequence of numbers moving so quickly I can't even read them. Whatever time to pulse means, we appear to be counting down to it. I can't tell you what this notion fills me with confidence. There's another idle monitor next to it. Just gonna jog that one awake too. Oh, I've seen one of these before back on the Varia. It's a proximity alarm. Slightly different model, different bells and whistles, but at least I know exactly what I'm looking at here. It's functioning too, which... No. No way. What do you see? On the screen of the proximity alarm? Dude, I'm not even gonna lie, guys. Like, I'm like on the edge of my seat here. I know nothing's going on, but this is like nuts. There's something moving. Something outside the peak, moving towards the peak. Moving toward me. Something human-shaped. What? How is that possible? How is any of this possible? How am I in a computer control room in the center of a mountain on a moon littered with wrecked spaceships? None of it makes any sense, but it's happening. That is a person. That is a person coming here. Stay where you are, or go out and meet them. Oh God. Oh gosh, should I stay where we're at or go out and meet them? Let's go out and meet them. Yeah, I can do that, I guess. I mean, they're still a little ways out. The walk will give me a while to mentally prepare for this. As if there were any way to mentally prepare for this. Because there's no doubt they're heading right for me where I am. And then what? Am I rescued? Did the various beacon actually bring somebody to save me? Or is this a survivor from one of the other crashes? Someone in worse shape than I am? Alright, I'm gonna go and intercept them. Whoever they are. Communication interrupted. Date, time, stamp invalid. Searching. Reacquiring signal. Establishing connection. Receiving message. Is happening. Hello? Hello? Wait, what? What just happened? I don't know what that looked like from your end, but from here, where I'm standing, okay, let's be honest, from where I've crumpled up into a nervous heap on one of these salvage command deck chairs, there was a short of humming noise that was sudden and everywhere, and my vision started to go a little swimmy. And I just had time to look at the monitors, and I saw that the time to pulse countdown was at all zeros. And then it was like the whole world just fell apart. Like everything moved away from me, and I moved away from it simultaneously and instantaneously. Before I even knew what was happening, it was over. Everything was back to normal, and I use that word loosely. But I think that I just experienced what happened when I was outside the peak, and it shimmered and disappeared. Except this time, I was inside the peak, and I shimmered and disappeared with it. We got disconnected, man. I'm not surprised we were disconnected. I think I was, what, out of phase with reality for a second there? Yeah, the communicator gives an invalid date and timestamp message. So what the hell date and time was it reading? This is... Oh hey, I have some news to report. Not sure where it lands on the whole good news, bad news spectrum. Lay it on me, man. Let's hear it. I'm on the edge of my seat here, man. Alright, I'm not exactly sure what to make of this. Best case scenario, I'm about to get really rescued. Because where there used to be one shaped human approaching my location, there are now 5. Oh my gosh, there's 5 of them now. I don't think he's being rescued. Stay where you are. Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna stay here. If this is a rescue team, then I can wait an extra few minutes to get rescued. I made it this long already. If it's stragglers from another downed ship, they might be crazed from wandering through the desert for days or weeks. I mean, I've only been wandering since day before yesterday, and I think I'm about half crazed myself. I figured I'd rather wait and see how they react to this place and make sure they know I'm a stranger here too. And if they're not rescuers or survivors, if there's something worse, then I sure as hell don't want to deliver myself into their arms. Good logic all around, or something worse? Look, maybe it sounds nuts to you, but I can't shake the possibility that these humans could be not human. Some sort of native creature that seems to me as a threat, or worse, as a meal. And yeah, I know it sounds unrealistic. This moon hasn't exactly given me a lot of reason to believe it can support life. I haven't seen any evidence of water, no rivers, no clouds, no vegetation that I've spotted either. Those creatures earlier? Right. I know I didn't imagine whatever those things were that ran past me in the corridor earlier. Those, though, they were small, a matter of inches and ounces. Insects, maybe? Or some arthropod, sorry. Whatever's approaching the peak right now, though, they're as big as I am. This atmosphere is breathable, for me at any rate. With what my suit says, it's primarily nitrogen, but enough oxygen that my lungs are happy, and next to 0 carbon dioxide. Maybe those humans out there are breathing it too. But the thought they may not be is what's keeping me from rushing out there with arms open. I'm just gonna settle in and get comfortable. And B, I am as unsettled and uncomfortable as I ever have in my life. And wait for my guests to arrive. That scuttle sound again. Oh man, this is the first time I've heard it when there have been lights on. I might actually be able to see whatever the hell is making that noise. Whatever it was that brushed my leg, whatever it was glowing green eyes. Do I even want to see whatever this thing turns out to be? The sound's coming from, wait, I think it's behind the monitor bank, running around in the wiring. Oh, gosh. Oh, this is getting intense. This is so getting intense. Oh gosh, but this is where I'm going to wrap it up here, guys. I'm going to leave you guys hanging because I'm on the edge of my seat here. I don't know if you guys are, but this is freaking intense for me. But this is where I'm going to wrap this one up here. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you when Taylor returns.